Yeah.
CB,
Yep.
Coach Malone said you carry yourself like a guy who won 3 state titles and a championship at Kansas, and now a championship your rookie year. Can that be contagious? All that you've won, that's 5 titles in 7 seasons. Can that rub off on your teammates?
Well, I think that coming in here, I think that this was already like a winning organization. So I think a lot of the guys in the organization already acted like that. Just having those guys around, whether it's Nicole or Jamal, they're already winning a lot of games. They just hadn't won the championship yet. So the guys had the right mentality. It wasn't a me thing coming in here change anything. It was guys were on the same page, and it was our time. We waited a long time for that. This organization, was so close, for so long, and I think that that just put them over the top.
For you personally, though, is winning championships easy?
No, it's definitely not easy. It's not easy. I've been pretty fortunate. I think I've had really good teammates, and I've been fortunate with coaches, and just situation, timing, and obviously that helps. So I've been very fortunate with my teammates and with my coaches.
Julian, how was your summer basically ever since summer league ended? Just how did it go? Did you get around to Denver?
Yeah, I feel like the main thing for me was just getting acclimated with the city, and then also just with the organization and things like that. So I came back here as fast as I could at the summer league. Been just spending time working out, getting my apartment set up, things like that, and meeting everybody around the arena. So it's been good though. It's been fun, and I've enjoyed it all.
Christian, what's the main thing you worked on your game skill-wise this summer?
Well, I grew a beard. That was mandatory. And I think I worked on my jump shot a little bit, and then trying to handle the ball more and be a secondary ball handler. I think that there's definitely a lot of opportunity and a role change this year for me. So just sharpening up the tools that I already had, and I think it's more important to be good at what I was already good at, and that's what got me on the floor, and that's what's going to keep me on the floor. So sharpen the tools that I already had, and then focusing on hitting the jump shot and handling the ball more.
Just following that up, what would be a realistic goal for you shooting 3-pointers this year?
As a percentage?
Yeah.
40. Realistic. Yeah, what do you mean?
With Bruce Brown obviously gone, your minutes probably going to go up. I guess what maybe did you learn from Bruce when you got there with him a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's cool to have a guy like Bruce on my team last year, because I think that what he does well, I think that I can do those things too. And so learning from him, just his intensity on defense, and he was really good with the ball with us too in the playoffs, and certain things. So just being a scrappy defender, be a complimentary guy cutting. So he taught me a lot with when to cut, how to cut, and just playing off certain guys. I think he's a really good complimentary player, and I think that Bruce is really important for us. But I think we got a lot of young guys that can fill roles and fill spots that we're missing, and so I'm really excited for that.
Julian, being working in the NBA, especially on a really good team, comes sometimes with not a lot of minutes. So you talk to CB and other guys that played a bunch of ball their whole life, and you get here and those minutes may not be there every night to prepare for that, I guess?
Yeah, but at the same time, when I arrived at Gonzaga my freshman year, the first thing Coach Few did was put me on my butt. So I feel like I've been able to go through that, and I know how to deal with it mentally and how to attack it. There's ways to go about it. Just attacking, getting better every day. You don't have that pressure on you to perform every single game because the minutes aren't there. Then all that means is you got to use your practices as your games, and just how you're going to do that. So I feel like I'm more prepared for that than I was coming into college, and I'm just ready to attack it.
Christian, are you keeping the frozen backpack this year, or is that just a rookie thing?
No, I don't know. That's not really my decision. I hand that to the older guys, and I actually liked my backpack last year, to be honest. It had all my things in it, everything I needed, and it got us a championship. So I don't know that you pass that on. I don't know if you keep it. But we'll figure it out, as the year goes on. But I got a feeling he might end up with something too.
If you do keep it, if you ever end up having a daughter, it'll come in handy. So.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna pass that to my daughter.
CB, you said the beard was mandatory. Is that your mandate or somebody else's?
No, this is my mandate.
Okay.
No, this is my mandate. This is we call this a beard. I told them give me about a year to be a little better, but I wanted to make sure I had it for media day for sure.
Killed it.
Yeah, thank you.
What have your conversations with Coach Malone been like as far as expecting a bigger role this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Malone was obviously awesome. last year with me. You know, just I mean, there's ups and downs. You know, and he trusted me. You know, when the time came, and so that means a lot to me. You know, his trust in me. So conversations since then. You know, obviously everybody knows that there's a lot of holes we need to fill. There's a lot of roles that you know we got to figure out, and I think that obviously I'm really excited to be able to jump into that role. I think I'm well prepared, and we haven't talked too much about it. I think that's where, you know, training camp and those things start. But, you know, just being here in the off season, getting to work out with, you know, these guys, I think we're all ready. I think that there's a lot of guys, young guys that are really hungry to fill those positions, and that's what really matters. I think that we got a lot of guys that, you know, are ready to do it and hungry to do it. So that's part of it.
Julian, have you talked to Christian or Peyton about what it's like to be a rookie in the NBA and how you could contribute to the team that's expected to compete for a championship?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been able to talk to these guys just about what their experience was, and you know how it may be similar to what I'm walking into. So you know, being able to chop it up with these guys and you know hear their stories and how they got through it mentally, or what a day-to-day was like, or things like that. I mean, it's just helped me kind of mentally prepare and map out, you know, what things may be like. Obviously, there's no telling what will happen in the season, so you don't want to jump the gun too much in your expectations. But you know, just in terms of just staying ready and just being available, these guys have told me a lot.
Do you feel pretty good walking back in this building given March Madness last year?
Yeah. I got to come in here, win 2 games, advance to the Sweet 16. Had a big game in the round of 64, so familiar environment.
Christian, what was the coolest thing about being an NBA champion this offseason?
I think the coolest thing was going back to Kansas and, you know, getting to spend time with my family and my friends and, you know, people that I've been with since I was younger. And so I had a lot of people that have been a part of, you know, my journey and, you know, a big reason why I'm here. So getting to spend that with them and celebrate with them and, you know, feeling the love, obviously, you know, they're very proud of me. And, you know, that means a lot. But just, you know, show them that how much I appreciate them and how much I appreciate them being a part of it.
Is there anybody in your personal life that keeps you in check?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Well, my mom's probably the start. I know that's the answer everybody wants to hear. My mom definitely keeps me in check, you know, keeps me humble, and, you know, all those things. And there's definitely, you know, I definitely have a good support system.
Christian, as shooting guard, do you expect yourself to do more dribbling, more as a point guard? Can you see this, especially this time?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity for me to handle the ball more this year, obviously. There's definitely going to be opportunities for a lot of people to do that, and there's going to be nights where, you know, we're coming off a long season, so there's going to be nights where guys aren't playing, and, you know, you get to try those things and expand your role, expand your game a little bit, and show people what you know, the things that you have, and I think that it's important to, you know, take those steps. You know, my first year I had to, you know, be a role player and be a guy that came in and, you know, did the little things. I think this year I'm going to get to show off more of my ball handling and handle those skills, but I think we have a lot of guys that can do it, so, you know, I'm just going to be part of the, you know, part of that role.
Julian, one of the things I always hear second and third year players say is the importance in the NBA of routine and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at in establishing your routine at this level, and what are some of the things you've learned so far about that?
Obviously, there's a lot of room to grow. I haven't done anything yet, but I feel like the people in the organization have done a really good job of just helping me get into a routine. You know, whether it's being in the training room before a workout or after, or just when we're working out, things like that, when we're coming back to shoot late at night. So I feel like everybody's around me has helped me build a little bit of consistency with my routine, and obviously it'll be interesting to see how it can carry into, you know, training camp and then preseason and ultimately get into the regular season.
Julian, what's the adjustment to the NBA three-point line been like for you?
It's been pretty good. I feel like in college, most of my threes anyway were NBA range, and it's something that I've always worked on my entire life. So that when I got to the show, I was ready to make those shots. And I mean, ultimately, that's the main reason I'm here is to make shots. So the adjustment's been very good, though.
I was curious, that picture on the table, what did that
We just took a really cute picture in the hallway before we came in here while we were waiting on Nicola and Jamal get asked a million questions.
Yeah. So all the young pups right here, man. Even I don't know.
We'll post it. You guys will see it.
Yeah. It's a really good picture though.
Christian, you mentioned your shooting. I was just curious about where your time has been spent the most. Is it like corner three-point shooting, movement shooting, creating your own shots? Just kind of curious about what that process is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've shot a lot of spot-up threes. I think that's really important for me. That's the next step is, you know, becoming, you know, shoot 40% from spot-up threes. I think that's, you know, a next step, and that makes me harder to guard, and that, you know, that's what this team needs. So doing that. But I mean, that's something I've done, my whole life. It wasn't like I couldn't shoot before or anything like that. It was never that. It's just opportunity, and you take a step up and roll, and you get a chance to do that more. And last year my role was to cut and make layups and shoot wide open ones. And this year I'm gonna have an opportunity, to show other things. So I'm excited for that.
You guys lost several veterans this summer. Whose voice do you expect to hear more as a leader in the huddle going forward?
I think we lost some guys. Obviously, Jeff was really vocal. Bruce did it more by example. Ish was a guy that was really vocal. So there's definitely some new voices I think you'll hear, and I think that we still have DJ who was very vocal. I think he was a big part of keeping us all on the right track. Jamal does it on the court and is vocal himself. So I think we still have a lot of guys that do a really good job of leading with their voice. But there's definitely gonna be some new voices.
Julian, what's the thing you're most excited to gain or learn heading into your first training camp?
Honestly, there's a lot to learn and be excited for. I mean, these are my first times putting on a practice jersey with the rest of the guys, and get on the court with everybody and Coach Malone. So I'm just super excited to just learn and just be around all these guys, be a sponge, just compete. That's the main thing.
Christian, one thing Bruce did last year was get under people's skin a lot. He talked a lot to opposing teams, opposing benches. I know you've done that at the college level a lot more than you did last year as a rookie. Do you anticipate the team needs guys to be a little bit more in people's faces, and do you anticipate yourself bringing that more this year?
I don't know that you need a player that's in people's faces. I think that just being scrappy and being tough, I think that's part of it. But you got to earn those things. You got to come in and do something in the league before you're talking like that. And I think that Bruce has done that. And I think last year he did a really good job of doing what he was supposed to do and playing his role. So not necessarily getting people's faces or anything like that, but obviously just be tough. Play defense and be defensive minded. And I think that we got a lot of guys I think that are good at that. I mean, Pope does it like with his play too. So we got a lot of guys that are good at those things, and I don't think we need anybody in anybody's faces, but definitely have a tough manner about ourselves.
Are either of you watching the WNBA playoffs, and if so, are you rooting for Las Vegas Aces or New York Liberty for the championship?
I'm for sure rooting for the Aces. Obviously, I'm from Vegas, so seeing them turn up the city, I want them to go back to back real bad. They doing their thing though. Huge props to them.
Christian, how would you rate the championship parade in your life experiences?
Yeah, I mean, it was up there. It wasn't bad. It was a solid day in Denver. It was a good day.
Or anything else?
Yeah, I mean, you were in New Orleans the year before celebrating, so can you compare the two?
I would say that they were both great. I tell people all the time, there's definitely differences in the championships. But as far as the celebration goes, I don't think that New Orleans is even close to what Denver was, and just the energy I think in Denver was so fun and so cool to be around. But now that I remember, I think that Denver was better for sure.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Thank you.